Hello, welcome to Curriculum Night for 6th grade math for the 2021-2022 school year. A little bit about myself. My name is Lauren Dolby, and this is my 10th year teaching at IMS. I currently teach Math 6 and Math 7. One thing that I like to share with 6th grade parents is that it's kind of like the kindergarten of middle school. Yes, they've been students before, but now they are moving from teacher to teacher. Each teacher has different expectations, and there's just more responsibility and things to learn. And so it's just really giving students that space to grow and to make mistakes, and that's okay as we transition to middle school. And I also really believe that this is the time for students to grow in self-advocacy and learning how to ask for help when they need to, and really speak up for themselves. The next thing I want to share is about the democratic classroom. It's the way I run my classroom. If you look at the image in the middle, there is a red dot, and imagine that's the teacher and all the other dots are students. And then on the right, there's a web and all the students are connected to each other and to the teacher. And that is my goal of how our classroom is run, and that includes problem solving, which often happens through class meetings. Students have responsibility through class jobs, and it's really an opportunity for students to grow in leadership and to help create and lead their classroom environment. The Common Core state standards are the standards that we use in math in Washington State. So if your student has been in school in Washington State, that's the standards that they've been following for math. And in many other states across the country. If you are interested in learning more, you can just Google Common Core state standards and you can find a wealth of resources. Curriculum. I am super excited to share about the curriculum that we adopted last year. It's called EdGems. Students took home a math textbook, which can stay at home, and they also have access on their iPad. They will log in with their Google email, and we will teach them how to do that in class. And so on the homepage, there'll be links to each of the units. And when they click on a unit and lesson, they'll have all of these resources that they can click on. So here we have vocabulary. A lot of these are the same resources we'll be using in class and on Schoology, but are a great place for extra practice or review for a test or quiz. So that is a great resource to use throughout the year. Next, we have growth mindset. In math class, we really focus on growth mindset, that it's not just, oh, I'm a bad math student or I can't do math. It's, I can't do it yet, but I'm learning, and mistakes are good. We learn from mistakes. Our brain grows when we make mistakes. So I really want it to be a safe place for students to make mistakes and learn so that they can continue to grow. Next, we have grading for equity, or G4E, and you may have already heard about this from our administration or from other teachers. Our goal is to have this fully implemented next school year. I have been using this grading system for the past 2 years and excited to continue to be using this in my classroom. Students are graded on a 4, 3, 2, 1 or not enough evidence scale. Only assessments will be graded. And these assessments measure a student's mastery of grade level standards, and they get multiple opportunities to demonstrate proficiency through retakes or other opportunities. And one thing to note is not all assessments will have a 4 opportunity. A 4 is really taking what they've learned and making connections and extending their thinking. And so that often happens towards the end of a unit. However, every learning standard will have a 4. It's just that might happen later in a unit instead of the first quiz or 2. Next is the flipped classroom. This is what I implemented last year during remote and hybrid learning. which were videos that I created and posted to Schoology instead of having that lesson in class. I really like to use class time for students to practice with one another, get immediate feedback from me. And these videos, my goal and hope is that we would get to start them in class and that students, if needed, can finish them at home. I think these videos give students a lot of flexibility in their learning. They can go at their own pace. They can rewatch if needed. You can watch it yourself if you want to come alongside and support your student in their math learning. And specifically, the way I do the videos is they have interactive questions that give them immediate feedback. So it's engaging and also gives me feedback of where they are in their learning progress. For daily practice, students will have two options. They'll have a learning pathway or a stretching pathway, depending on where they feel they are in the learning progression. They are always free to try both or switch which one they're working on if they feel like one is too easy or too challenging, or if they want extra practice. I recommend that students work for 30 minutes of on-task practice. And if they feel like they're really struggling with the content, please send me a message on Schoology so that I can support them. When they finish, there will be an answer key posted to Schoology that they can check their work. And that's also great for parents that they can take a look at that as a resource as you are supporting your students. Lastly, students will take a picture of their work with their iPad and submit the assignment on Schoology, which creates a digital portfolio of all of their work. Speaking of Schoology, we're going to take a look at Schoology. Schoology has all of their assignments posted. There are written directions, and often there are links and PDFs or documents needed to complete an assignment. So there is no, the dog ate my homework or I lost the assignment. There's always a digital copy, and they can open it up in Notability if they want. They can print it off at home or at school in the business center or library if needed. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please submit them to the Google form and I will get back to you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.